Well, we've dawdled around long enough. Now it's time for us to send the calling card to Madarame. And believe it or not, we might end up getting the chance to send the calling card, well, as soon as we get up in the morning. So, with that said, let's go on ahead and talk to Yusuke about it, shall we?
You ride this train at this time too? What a coincidence. We finished investigating the palace. All that's left is the calling card. When are you going to send it? That's the spirit. I want to stop that man as soon as possible. Let's get together after school then. I'll be waiting for you.
Alright, now that we got ourselves the calling card as soon as class is over with, might as well focus on something that's much more important. Like, for instance, a quiz question. Yeah, there is going to be a quiz in the middle of July, right before it's time for everybody to leave for summer vacation. So on that note, you might want to beware of the question in hand, because it's basically talking about the origin of synesthesia. Yes, synesthesia. I swear the word sounds like sinestro, but it's not. It's actually a real word, I understand, but it is pretty much something that's going to be on the quiz. And for the love of God, remember the split up root word synesthesia, because if you don't, it is pretty much going to be something that'll fly over your head. As syn means together, aesthesius means census, and the whole word means census coming together. So there's your dictionary definition. However, we're going to end up knocking the census out of Madarame by the end of this part. So stay tuned for that, because I know there's going to be people that's going to watch about 3 minutes and book because of my voice. But no, the strategy here is to basically take care of Madarame. And I know, I am doing this and have all this maxed out ranking, but again, the whole point of me doing that is because everything good happens on New Game Plus. Now that we got through class, now it's time for us to go send this calling card.
We can now take him down, yes?
Madarame is going to be a changed man. There won't be any way to revert it, though. You sure you're okay with that?
I have thought it over carefully. And I cannot think of a future in which he does not pay his dues. He has preyed not only on the art world, but on countless talents. So, I humbly request your help. I apologize for making you do this.
Not at all. We just didn't want to impose if you weren't feeling up to it, Yusuke. But if you're already determined to do it, then there's nothing more for us to say.
If I recall, our next step is sending a calling card, correct? What a suave maneuver.
It's not about acting cool. The calling card is a way to trigger a change in his cognition.
A change in cognition. That reminds me, you went through some trouble regarding that before.
Ah, you must be talking about when we forced open that security gate in the courtyard.
The palace is a cognitive world, so changing its ruler's cognition changes the topography, I think.
Very nicely put, Lady Ann. You're absolutely correct. This will be a vital tactic from here forward.
Actually, may I ask a truly basic question? You continue to mention cognition quite readily, but why does this world formed from materialized cognitions even exist to begin with? Don't tell me. Has it always existed while we go about our daily lives, completely oblivious?
Honestly, I'm not sure. At the very least, I know it existed before the Kamoshida incident, but that's all.
I see.
Crap, you totally caught me off guard with that. It's kind of weird thinking there might be whole worlds we just don't know a damn thing about. Did the thought ever cross your mind?
Don't be so anxious. You don't even know everything about the city you live in, after all. All that's important is that we know how to make use of that world and how to traverse it. Then it's decided. Let's prepare the calling card at once.
A calling card, huh? Will he take it seriously? He is famous after all. He has often received slanderous letters till now as well.
He'll know best whether the crime written on it is for real or not.
Wait, are you going to write it again, Ryuji? That last one was questionable at best.
You should do it then, Yusuke. Oh, make it really artistic and stuff.
No, it'll end with him figuring it out. He knows my drawing and writing styles all too well.
Oh, then I'll think it up and you make it cooler.
Designing a calling card. Interesting. It shall become proof that the Phantom Thieves do exist.
It's decided then.
Great! All that's left is to make the treasure ours. You guys better come fully prepared.
And now that we've talked to Yusuke and had him to pretty much give us his blessing to change Madarame's heart, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, guess what? We won't have to worry about that deadline after this part, because we're going to make good and sure Madarame's down for the count. So, for that matter, we will have Yusuke to make the calling card. Oh, right, and another box came for us. It's what we ordered in the last part. Basically, stat boosters, which I am going to abuse the hell out of at the end of the game. Of that, I can assure you. So, on that note, we're going to get ourselves some sleep. Oh, no, wait, not yet. We don't need to sleep yet. We could do some training, actually. 'Cause soon, in about maybe 5 parts, we will no longer have to worry about going through important events and not being able to get our confidants ever again. Well, for the most part, because Royal fucked that up too. But somewhere along the line, probably about 4 or 5 parts from now, we will get temperance. And when we do, that will be a blessing in disguise.
Nice going.
So yeah,
Alright.
all the HP I could possibly get. And you know what? I honestly need to buy some protein and actually go to the gym. That would help me out tremendously. And now, we've sent the calling card. But first, we have to go through the day. And we've got to at least read ourselves a book. And might as well finish off the Alluring Dancer so I can turn that into the library.
Wow.
On top of the fact of me having to pick up another book, eventually read that, turn that into the library, and once we get all the library books read, then we can read Speed Reader. And once we do, we will never have to worry about using an entire day, 2 days to read a book. You'll end up having to use 1, and once you speed read all those books, it would be fantastic.
Alright, let's begin.
One book, a couple of books in particular, would be books about technical skills. So yeah, if you happen to find those books, and I'll probably show you where they are, by all means, read them. It will help you out when it comes down to the dungeon.
Okay.
Well, not just the dungeon, I mean, not the palace, I meant the, okay, let me try this again. I did not mean dungeon, I meant palaces, and also mementos. Oh, and by the way, this is the next event that's going to happen right after we deal with Madarame, and that's the cleanup. And I do mean cleanup with a capital C. So, on that note, We gotta get ourselves ready. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we still have 3 more sessions before he's gone for September. I'll make sure I get to at least level 5 before we finish off Kaneshiro. Of that I can assure you.
Pardon me, sir. There's a matter we need to notify you about.
Please excuse me for a moment. What is it?
We found this outside.
A letter?
It's, Sir Ichiriusai Madarame, a great sinner of vanity whose talent has been exhausted. You are an artist who uses his authority to shamelessly steal the ideas of his pupils. We have decided to make you confess all your crimes with your own mouth. We will take your distorted desires without fail. From the Phantom Thieves.
Whose doing is this?
We don't know. The same letter has been posted everywhere.
What about the security cameras?
There were no signs of the culprit. All we saw was a cat in the recordings.
Remove these at once!
Of course.
What now?
It's about this affecting the exhibit. We believe it's just a prank, but what of the mass media?
Are you insinuating that this slander is true?
Of course not.
It's those damn brats doing, isn't it? Well, it means nothing. They'll only be able to do as they please until this exhibit is over.
Will that do?
Yup, it was perfect. The composition was way cooler too.
The treasure should appear right about now.
You better enjoy the air of freedom while you still can, old man. Anyways, did you guys check online? People are already talking about that calling card. We'll show them. We're gonna surprise them all.
I'm sure you know, but we only get one shot to pull this off.
It'll be fine. We managed last time too.
You have no reservations about this either, right, Yusuke?
Of course not. We'll do this.
Calling card has been sent. Although my persona loadout that I have right now is not gonna meet up with the changes that was made to Madarame's battle. So with that said, I'm gonna go on ahead and cut for right now, because after I'm done with this cutscene, I'm gonna change out my persona loadout. So with that said, I will see you all in just a bit. Oh, bear in mind one thing, since we just came back from sitting through 5 minutes of getting my persona loadout ready for this battle. Once you come to the room that we're about to go through, you can't leave. So, if you want to do any last minute grinding or last minute will seed grinding, by all means do so before coming into this room and flipping that switch. Because just like in P5, if you flip that switch, there's no turning back. Because that'll lead straight to the boss fight. So with that said, let's get started.
There's an enemy inside, just as expected.
I mean, we've done a ton in here. It ain't surprising. Anyway, I'm gonna try and draw it out, so I'll leave the switch to you guys.
Will you be okay? What if it catches up to you?
Don't underestimate an ex-runner. I'm definitely gonna shake it off. Hey! There's some weird people over here! Hey! I need some help!
What's the matter?
You'd better make it, Skull.
Is this good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You seem to be enjoying this.
Only the best can appreciate these critical moments. Plus, this feels like we're really Phantom Thieves.
We'll be counting on you, Mona. And Panther as well.
There's Fox's signal. That means they're ready to go. Good luck, everyone. Let's do this.
Joker, now!
Sorry for the wait.
My bad. It took me ages to get that guy off my trail.
Wait, where's Mona?
Okay, now we're gonna have to go and recover Morgana. And that's just a straight shot. So all we have to do is walk it to the end of the platform and that's it. So, once Morgana's got the painting, we are as good as gold. However, Madarame went there and pulled a fast one on us. You'll see as soon as we leave this place. But, as I was saying earlier, if you flip that switch, you're not able to go back to those double doors ever again. You'll have no choice but to go to the boss room. Don't believe me? Here, let me show you. Because as soon as you walk up here, boom! Not able to go back there anymore. Now you'll have no choice but to escape. And you can't access any safe rooms either. So yeah, that was also the only time to save is going into that safe room. And just for the record, you die in Madarame, you start this whole entire process over again because the safe room was back there. Just saying. So don't die, folks.
Whoa, this shit.
But at least we're outside. Is there a way down out here?
Oh, sorry for cutting out the dialogue on Ryuji there, but you'd think that a game that's supposed to be a quote-unquote remaster, when it's nothing more than an update, would have fixed this problem, right? No. This is why I keep saying the Royal was a huge mistake. Cause see, you have to go through all of this all over again the moment you die. So again, make sure you're fully prepared for this fight. You're gonna need it.
Is this another portal to an unknown destination?
We don't have time to lose. Just go through it. Now's our chance.
For real? But I guess there's no other way. Is this the courtyard?
I knew it. All that security would have been meaningless if it just led back inside.
It seems we managed to escape their siege.
Meow.
Dude, why is Mona getting excited now of all times?
I just can't take it anymore. Let's take a look at this treasure. Treasure! Huh?
This is the treasure?
Get back!
Whoa!
Meddlesome vermin. Is this what you're looking for?
How dare you try to trap me like some kind of mouse?
So you had a fake prepped, huh?
Counterfeits are accepted in the world of Japanese art.
What made you change like this? Is it because you became famous? Can't you understand how much it pains me to inquire about the crimes of my foster father?
Now that I think back, the only reason why I took you in was due to my ties with your mother. That woman never lost her passion for painting, even after her husband died. Her skills and talents were quite astonishing. That's why I decided to look after her. Your mother and the artwork she created, they're all my works of art.
How low can you sink?
I suppose I can grant you a gift before you die. A glimpse of the genuine Sayuri.
Genuine? That's the real Sayuri? This can't be. Mom!
Huh?
Indeed it is. This was painted by your mother. It's a portrait of herself. A woman who knew her death was coming painted her last wishes for the son she would leave behind. That is the truth behind the mystery of Sayuri's expression.
You stole something that personal?
I knew at first glance. I knew it'd be a huge success if I added a touch to the painting and announced it under my name.
But the baby in the picture, why did you paint over it?
It was all to stage it. If the babe is erased, the reason for the woman's expression will become a mystery. That is what the general public is drawn to. Each of those parasitic critics wrote the same thing.
I always felt something was off about all this. Now I know what it is. If you really treasured that painting, you wouldn't even think about replicating it for profit. You don't love art at all!
Though you have a real treasure, your true skills are nothing more than those scribbles on that fake.
It makes me laugh, asshole!
So you'll defy me no matter what. Well then, since you're my work of art, Yusuke, I'm going to reap you for the sake of my future. Along with those insolent friends of yours there.
I can't believe you're treating both mother and son like they're objects. You're inhuman!
Fox?
I've heard that you destroy your art once they outlive their usefulness. Did that include my mother as well?
She just so happened to have a seizure in front of me. That's when a thought crossed my mind. If I don't call for help and leave her be, I could obtain her painting without any strings attached.
No. You let her die?
She was physically weak. No one would doubt if she just dropped dead because of a seizure. Above all, Yusuke, didn't you think it was odd that I discovered your talent when you were only 3? The reason why I kept you around was to keep you from realizing the truth behind Sayuri.
You killed her.
The artistic talents you inherited from your mother were a delightful miscalculation, though. If I'm to steal ideas, it's much easier robbing the future of brats who won't talk back than adults. It's thanks to you that I came up with the idea. You have my gratitude.
Yusuke?
I thank you, Madarame. Every reason for me to forgive you has disappeared without a trace at this very moment. You aren't some rotten artist. You're a despicable fiend who wears the skin of an artist.
All you good-for-nothings barging into my museum and doing whatever the hell you want. Those who have the connections make the rules. Those who don't, follow them. Not to mention, the value of art is all subjective. I make the rules in the art scene. I am the supreme being. I am the god of the art world.
This isn't good. Get back!
I'll paint all over you! It's a world the mediocre cannot understand. Now, let's begin, you vermin.
You use others for your own despicable desires, Madarame. You aren't even worth the art you create!
Alright, Shadow Madarame first phase. The eyes have the drains, as you see. The nose have the drains, as you see here. And the mouth drains physical and gun. With the eyes draining fire, ice, and wind and lightning. The nose draining, well, everything else aside from fire, ice, wind, and lightning. Well, the only thing that it doesn't drain, however, none of them don't, is Almighty. So therefore, if you have an almighty, a persona with an almighty attack, you will pretty much do damage to everything, and that would make things a hell of a lot easier. Here's the problem. at the level you are right now, there are no persona that you can fuse to get almighty damage. So, yeah. Well, actually there is, if you bring the DLC in. But I didn't, so this is for people who haven't purchased the DLC. Use magic on the mouth, and for the nose and the eyes, use physicals. Because you see, the left eye will cause bad stats, the right eye will attack with magic, the nose will constantly revitalize the parts so long as it's not one of them down, and the mouth, so long as it's still standing, will actually have an attack that will cover one of your characters in black paint. Now, if the fight prolongs, eventually you'll have to have one of your characters step out and it will cover Shadow Madarame's first form in black paint, where you could just, oh, there's the attack right there, and I thought it was just the mouth. The eyes did it too. That's something that's new, by the way. The mouth was the one that did it. But that black paint will make you weak to all elements, even if you have a resistance to them. As you can see here. Whew, thank goodness. So long as they don't restore themselves, we're good. Fuck! I was so close! Wait, they all restore themselves.
Let's give him some payback.
Okay, we got one of the eyes down. Let's put the other one down too. Good. We don't have to go to this phase ever again, because you have to do this twice in P5 Vanilla. So, at least we got that part done. Now we can go for the hold up.
Madarame's out.
Damn it! I'm the great Madarame! The Madarame who gathers a full crowd every time he opens an exhibit! I'm not someone that worthless brats like you are allowed to defy!
Enough of your egotistic ranting. Taste the wrath of all those you preyed upon. Do it!
I'm the great artist, Madarame! If you brats can't fathom that, then you'll witness it for yourselves! Behold my mastercraft!
What? He made copies of himself? I see. Creating duplicates is his specialty.
Remember when I said that he did not have that phase again? Well, each Ryusai Azazel Madarame now has 4 clones, each with an elemental weakness. That's all the more reason why I had to change up my persona lineup, because my persona lineup wasn't able to meet that weakness. That's why I did it. And needless to say, ladies and gentlemen, these, well, the lineup that I have, okay, I should have actually got a wind persona. I have a wind persona, but I should have switched to a wind persona, used it on him. But it doesn't matter. Why did it switch to on? I don't know. I should have used the baton pass to strike down Madarame. And that's the thing. They give you a chance to use baton pass to strike Madarame down. Let's go to Joker and switch to a wind persona. In fact, I have one. There's one, right there. This right here, we'll lay the smackdown on that clone. I'll switch over to Ryuji, and Ryuji can just use Rampage on not just the clone, but Madarame as well. He will keep using True Fake to summon Erzats. And these Erzats will keep, hold on, give me a second. Let's switch over to a Fire Persona. There we go. Let's baton pass to on. and let her use Agi on this one right here. And the higher the baton pass, and if you give it to Yusuke, Yusuke's attack would be ridiculous if he would have hit Madarame with it. That's the whole point. Using baton pass. Oh wait, can we switch over to you know what? We'll just have Ryuji go after Madarame. So that's the whole point of this. Having a baton pass to the point where you... Oh, God, I forgot. They reflected different magics. Whatever, but we need to just keep doing the baton pass till it actually is strong enough to where Ryuji can hit Madarame hard or Yusuke can hit Madarame hard. It doesn't matter which. Because at the end of the day... Let's switch to... I have a Thunder Persona, I really do. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, we're not using Mazionaga because I might inadvertently hit myself. Because again, these guys will bounce off anything that they're not weak to. So, let's hit you with a Zio. And it missed. Why did it miss? You just ruined the baton pass! Come on, nah! It's alright. It's okay. That's because the game is pissed off that I keep mocking it for being a bad update. And yeah, it is. It's not really a game. It's an update that's unneeded. This was not needed. This makes the fight way too easy and there's nothing challenging about it. So all you're practically doing is getting yourself a high baton pass strong enough to hit Madarame. Yep, see? We're doing the most damage by hitting him. And by the way, this man has about 2,400 HP. Oh, and let me remind you all that every time he summons a fake, it takes life points out of him. So he's killing himself. What's the point? Well, this fake actually got up just in time, but this battle's almost over. There is just no reason for this battle to continue, but it will eventually finish. Well, at least it missed, to make up for the fact that I missed the... to make up the fact that I literally missed the... What was it again? Well, let's switch Persona, probably. Yeah, let's get... I don't have a Makarula. I guess not. Let's give Ryuji a bead. But I said it was going to make up for the fact it missed and made up... And, okay. I lost track of what I was going to say because I was still absolutely angry about the fact that it missed the, baton pass. But he's getting real low on health. However, these things will give you a drawn out speech. And as you can see, their thunderclap is not going to hurt in the slightest. No. You'd think that these clones were actually strong, but no, they aren't.
Something seems wrong.
Oh, yeah, and now that he's starting to actually bring in clones that are asleep. One of them is going to be despair if the fight... Yeah. One of the clones will be in despair when the fight keeps going. And eventually he'll run out of clones. Then you can beat him up. But as I was saying with the paint... If you actually... how should I put this? If you actually had the paint on Madarame... He would be weak to every single element, including physicals, and even Almighty. So yeah, this fight is all but over because all we practically did was abuse baton pass and giant slice. As I told you, made short work of Madarame. This fight was easier than the original. There was no point for it to be this easy, and no point to change it. But that's what Atlas felt they needed to do, and it was a stupid idea. That's all I have to say.
No one cares for true art. All they want are easily recognizable brands. I'm a victim in this too. Wouldn't you agree?
Excuses now?
The art world revolves around money after all. You can't rise up without any money. Yusuke, you understand, don't you? Being a poor artist is truly miserable. I just didn't want to return to that life.
A fiend like you has no right to speak about the world of art. You're done for. Along with this whole wretched world!
No, please! Just don't kill me!
Return to yourself in reality and confess your crimes. All of them.
You're not going to kill me?
Swear it!
All right! All right! What about the other one, though? The one with the black mask?
Huh?
A black mask? Wait, who's he talking about?
It can't be. There was another intruder besides us within this palace?
There's no time! Hurry!
Get on!
Hey, Yusuke, what should I do?
Put an end to all this and use your own artwork for once.
Yusuke!
No, wait, please! Yusuke! Yusuke!
The destination has been deleted.
It would be bad if people started getting suspicious of us. We should leave at once.
Yusuke, come on!
Right. Goodbye, Sensei.
I guess the mission was a success. All that's left is to see if he had a change of heart or not. Ah, so bitter! Why'd you get it black?
The Sayuri.
You're not gonna get all teary-eyed and say stuff like, Mom, are ya?
To think that this painting was the source of Madarame's distorted desires. The only saving grace is that my mother won't know of what transpired.
The genuine painting at his atelier has been altered after all. Ironic as it may be, this one here is her true self-portrait now.
It's a wonderful painting. And although it took some time, it's in your hands now, Yusuke.
I'm thankful for it. However, it's impossible for this painting to be acknowledged by society anymore. No. I doubt it's the name of any woman in particular. I bet it was to make it more mysterious. Just a part of Madarame's foolish staging.
Well, it would have been obvious that he plagiarized it if he had used the real name.
So, this is my mother. There's no way that I would remember her face clearly, but I was right about the rush of emotion I felt when I saw this painting.
Stop that!
You're so vulgar, Ryuji.
So, what are you gonna do now? We're gonna keep targeting big shots.
Why do you do such things?
It's to get back at scumbags and, like, society in general. I also want to give courage to the people that are suffering because of selfish adults.
Courage, huh? What good does that do? You mean the courage to stand up for themselves, correct? Will acquiring that make them happy?
Yeah, there's no knowing whether it'll turn out good for everyone or not. Still, we won't know unless we give it a try.
In other words, it all depends on the person, And the same can be said about myself right now. I also suffered because of an adult's selfish act. Moreover, if we investigate these palaces, it may expand my artistic repertoire.
You really only think about art, huh? You're impressive.
Well, I won't take part in any inelegant plans, all right?
No worries, I've got us covered. Plus, we have a rule that says we always have to decide on a target unanimously.
How about it, Joker? We can give our calling cards a lot more oomph if we have Yusuke on our team.
I will try and live up to those expectations.
At any rate, I'm curious. Another intruder besides us, huh?
Our only clue's a black mask, so that doesn't necessarily mean it's just one person, right?
But there's no way to check anymore. The palace is gone.
I'll try probing Madarame. I may be able to learn something from him.
Are you sure? I mean,
I'll contact you all if anything turns up.
we should probably exchange our contact info with you then.
An artist and a phantom thief. Well, it seems I'll be engaging in 2 trades from here on. Very well. You only live once, after all. Still, the incident about this other intruder does concern me a little.
Not only have we dealt with our second big target, we even have a new addition to the team. Goodness, things are going so well. Aww. If only I could make a certain stupid Ryuji learn from you. But I have to say, you sure are something special. This is our 5th Persona user. It'll help broaden our battle strategies as well. Besides, having an eye for beauty is a must for Phantom Thieves. We're lucky to have Yusuke. An artist is a talent you rarely come across. I mean, he is a bit strange, but still. An artist, huh? What kind of person do you think I was? There's no way I'd turn out to be some bad guy in the end, right? I get so engrossed with the embodiment of human desires. And that's not all. When it comes to the metaverse, I'm the only one who can transform into a car. I'm special, but it's still odd. Who could I actually be? You really think so? What a half-assed answer. Well, there's no way a dashing, honorable rogue like me could be evil. A man who saves those in trouble in the West, while punishing evildoers who may lurk in the East. A man who chastises people that smoke inside in the South, while saving bullied cats in the North. A man who has a sturdy body, and vows to always do one good deed a day, be it rain or shine. I'm that kind of ideal person. Or so I hope. So if I turn back to being human, surely she'll take notice of me, won't she? Well, that's true, but... where should I go when I become human? I wonder where she'd like to go. An amusement park, a movie theater, a fancy cafe, shopping. What do you think?
All right.
Well, that's the end of this part. And yeah, this was a long one because we did the calling card and the battle with Madarame in one part. So basically, for the next couple of days, it would be the blowback from this palace. So there's a lot of things we can do between that time. And the blowback will probably be about at least lasting 6 parts. So on that note, this is RVMan985. Peace out, and take care, because the cleanup starts in part 35. Thank you all for watching. God have mercy, Roll's a mistake.